You've tuned in to Unpause Your Life with Dr. Callie Estes and Dr. Tara Lynn Sell. Your access to success strategies and more to help you move onward and upward with your life. Listen in each week as they interview others who have really taken their essence to the next level and truly unpaused their life. Now here are your hosts, Dr. Callie Estes and Dr. Tara Lynn Sell.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. This is Dr. Callie Estes, and I am founder of the Addictions Academy, the Addictions Coach, and Rehab Rescue. Welcome to Unpause Your Life. This is a great podcast where we showcase people who have done something extraordinary with their life. I welcome you, and I hope you enjoy all of our guests.
On my way, found a reason to wake up another day. But they needed to.
You are listening to Unpause Your Life with Dr. Callie Estes and my amazing Midwestern co-host.
Hey, Dr. Tara Lynn Sell.
And our guest today is Vanessa Hernandez. We're very excited to have her. Let me tell you about her. Prior to joining Related ISG International Realty, Vanessa was the broker of the Olbe Group and proved to be a highly successful agent at the real estate empire E.A.G. Realty Inc. and Real Estate Salesforce. She studied mass communication at New York University before graduating summa cum laude. I didn't know she was that smart. From Florida International University with a degree in psychology. Woohoo!
Whoa.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. I didn't I tell you this story one time?
Hang on, I'm not done introducing you yet. Let me finish.
Oh, sorry. Go finish.
There's more. So Vanessa has been featured in Miami Agent magazine and maintains an ample customer database that features a vast array of Miami's finest and most wealthy residents. Vanessa is known for her results-driven, no-nonsense approach to business. That's why we like her. And she has helped her become so successful at such a young age. Vanessa is fluent in English, Spanish, and possesses a strong knowledge of Italian. Ciao bella. She's a member of the National Association of Realtors, the Florida Association of Realtors, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, South Florida chapter, and is a founding member of BNI Action. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you. Yes, I thought I told you. I was actually going to be like, I was going to go all the way and get my doctorate. And then I stumbled into real estate by accident once I graduated from my undergrad. and then that just went to, I just didn't go that route, clearly.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, tell us about you. I'm done talking now.
Well, I am originally from New York. I have been living in Miami for almost 20 years, and I have been serving the South Florida real estate community since 2003. I help ladies and gentlemen with their home sales, home purchase, and renting properties as well. And I am a mother of two boys, and I also run a nice small real estate team. So I definitely don't do it all by myself. And that's me.
Awesome. Well, welcome to our podcast. So
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
One of the reasons I wanted to have you on is you posted something on Facebook that was pretty interesting and piqued my interest. And you had wrote, while the rest of you are busy trying to get a rich husband, I'm busy becoming a rich wife. And I thought that was the coolest thing. So tell me about that.
That was a post I had put up a couple of years ago because I had gotten new headshots taken, and I couldn't think of a better caption than that one. I had heard that one before, and then what you saw was it like when it gives you, the Facebook gives you the memories, and then all of a sudden like you remember something that you posted 2 or 3 years ago, and then you repost it. So I'm so glad you saw that, because it's still true today. That is my mission. To, and it's not to put down anyone that's not a woman that's not employed or doesn't have her own business, but a lot of times we focus on women in society, and in our society and our culture have always, been taught to depend on a man or find a rich husband. Whereas, okay, well, you can find a rich husband, but just make sure that you're a rich wife too, and that you're contributing be it income wise or being a mother even, or whatever way you can contribute. So just definitely focus on yourself as well is basically the message of that.
And you're perfect for this podcast because you've got 3 very strong, independent, income-producing women on here.
Yeah, perfect.
So
This is definitely a topic that comes across my office quite a bit, actually.
tell us about that, Dr. Terry.
Well, I'm thinking like a lot of women who come in here and I mean, I'm a mom too, but I've always been an entrepreneur. And a lot of times we set aside what we want to raise our children, and then we're trying to get back into the workforce or find a sense of purpose when we've lost ourselves in our kids. So it's very difficult. That there's a lot of high producing women that I see that have lost themselves and don't know how to re-find it. But they could be really badass. But, when you redirect your focus and your energy and you're all into your kids, it's hard to now be all into yourself.
Right. Well, that makes perfect sense. Now, Vanessa, what's that like dealing with the people in Miami? Because I've lived all over and you're originally from New York, so it's a different vibe down here. How do you deal with the people here? Because it's such a different mentality here.
With a lot of patience.
God help you.
No, I listen, and there's nothing wrong with being laid back and taking your sweet time and just not being, on the ball if you don't want to. But, we're in the South. Everybody kind of, takes their time. And I'm from a city where if you're not walking on the street as fast as you can do, you're going to get hit, like you're going to get knocked into, you know what I mean? And that's literally and figuratively. So, growing up there and spending, I came here at 19 years old. So I was pretty much an adult and living in the city by myself, from the age of 17. You come here, and the good news is that if you instill and keep working at that pace, you're going to outmaneuver everyone else because they're not moving at that pace. So someone that wants to get shit done, to that type of person, you're appealing. That's why 95% of my business is repeat and referral. It's because they like someone that gets shit done, and I think that's very important. And especially in this town where, a lot of people are very lackadaisical and they take their time, and, whenever we get to it, we get to it. So yeah, that's my Miami take on things.
Now,
Miami is lackadaisical. People take their, I would think I'm from Wisconsin, so I've got a completely different idea of what taking your time looks like. So I'm like, are you guys as slow as we are? Because we're pretty darn slow.
listen.
Well, it's not even slow. It's like an issue of non-commitment, of just not seeing things through.
Let me put it this way, and Vanessa, tell me if I'm wrong. Miami is a me-centric city. People will come out of a doorway and stand in the fucking doorway, not move through the doorway, and have a full conversation with someone they haven't seen in 2 days. And you have to go around them, or you stand and wait. And it's like an expectation that you cater to everyone else, if that makes sense. They'll shop in the grocery, they'll put the cart, up against the aisle, and then stand on the other side of the cart and block the entire aisle. And you'll say, "Excuse me," and they'll look at you like, "What? What's the problem?" Go around.
A perfect example is that pretty much every time I go to the gym and someone's using a machine, I'll say, "Hey, are you going to be done soon?" And then the thing that the common sense thing would be like, "Oh, listen, I still have a ways to go, but look, jump in. When I take a break, you go." Here, they're like, "No, I have 5 more sets and come back later." Like, screw you.
And then they proceed to play on their phone for the next 20 minutes and sit there.
Yeah, totally. 100%. 100%.
So it's a very different vibe. And the reason that Vanessa's my realtor, she's awesome. We were moving from 3 hours north of here to Miami, and we had called probably 10 different realtors. Some got back to us, some didn't. And Vanessa said, "Come down. I can show you units." Gave us a date, gave us a time, told us where she'd meet us. And we showed up, and she hustled. We went to all these different places, put money on one, and the person changed their mind. And we're sitting there and we're like, oh my God, we literally have nowhere to live because we had to be out where we were and we had like a week and we have to drive back. And it was end of business. The sun had already gone down. Vanessa goes, you know what? I got an idea. And she pulled a rabbit out of her ass and showed us this unit and got us in it like that fast. So she went above and beyond. And then the experience that you get in Miami is not that. It's very lackadaisical and backwards. Plus, when you have that kind of mentality, it really does make you stand out because not only is she female, she's also able to do all these things, which is what I admire you for, is that you can hustle in a city where the women don't hustle. The women make up and hang out and look for husbands. So it's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So you said that you fell into real estate. I want to know how you fall into real estate. From psychology, because maybe I have a career shift on the horizon. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, when I was 23, I graduated from FIU with a bachelor's in psychology, and my plan was to go either to Arizona or to Canada, to Toronto, because I wanted to be a forensic psychologist.
That's what I wanted to do.
I was obsessed with serial killers and crime.
That's not what I wanted to do, but it's what I ended up doing.
Oh, how funny. I was obsessed with it. Like, I was like, I'm going to get paid ridiculous amounts of money to sit in trials, and they're, you know, and like, I used to read books and like Dr. Park Dietz and like all these like amazing, like people that would study serial killers. Now, I originally wanted to be a Fed. I wanted to be an FBI agent because of Jodie Foster and Silence of the Lambs. And then they were like, when they asked a couple questions, like, have you ever smoked marijuana and stuff like that? I was like, do I lie? Do I say the truth? I said the truth, and they just were like, no, you cannot. I mean, I'm sure that's changed since then, but this is, you know, the early 2000s.
Wait a minute. That means Dr. Tara's never smoked marijuana.
I was never an FBI agent.
You have to be an FBI agent, like to be able to be an FBI agent.
Oh,
you were talking about FBI agent, and now I believe I don't know how many years, but they say how many years it's been since. I think it has to be at least 5 years.
They even do it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the U.S. Marshals as well, because I applied for that as well.
Wow, that's so fun. What a boring job.
Yeah, but you know what? I thank God every day because they don't make money.
They're true.
FBI and any government type of like a Fed or DEA, their salary, like you got to really do it because you love it, you know. But anyway, back to the psychologist. So I was like, okay, I'm going to become a forensic psychologist. And the only two programs that I could really find at the time were in Arizona and in the University of Toronto and in Arizona State. And I mean, I'm sure that's changed since then. I know that FIU has a legal psychology program now. So when I was studying to take my GREs, I was working at the Clevelander, which is a bar in South Beach, making ridiculous amounts of money. And I was like, well, you know, let me buy a place because I just want to buy a place. You know, I don't want to rent. Even back then, I was very like Miss Money Manager, and I decided that I was going to buy a place. So when I went and bought a place, and the realtor showed me I called her off of realtor.com. She showed me two places. I picked one of them. And when I saw 30 days later, her closing statement, I saw how much she made. I was like, what am I doing? I'm about to go to school for another 5-6 years and in a state that in a city that I don't really want to go live in. I want to see what this real estate thing is all about. And then, so I did it, and then I never went to grad school, clearly.
So, Dr. Terry, ask your $1 million question.
What's the most badass thing you've ever done?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd say probably, wow, that's a hard one.
That's the $1 million question. Dr. Terry has stumped everybody. Even Dr. Ivan stuttered with that for a second.
Well, I think it's because people who do things that other people look at as being badass, they don't look at themselves as being so badass, right? Because it's just how you live. So I think it's a tough question on that level. Because, you know, I mean, a lot of people would look at the three of us like, wow, you guys have done so many badass things in your life. And I'm just like, I just do my life and take some chances and say hell yes to a lot of things.
Yeah, I know. I had a kid from high school write to me the other day. And he's like, oh, it's our friendship anniversary on Facebook. I just want to let you know that I want to take the time out to let you know that I'm so proud of, I just see you on social media and I'm just so proud of you. And you're such an amazing mom and such a great businesswoman. And I was like, really? Wow. Oh my God. Thanks. Because like, you don't see it from somebody, you know, perception is everything. And so while you're there in the trenches suffering every day because of whatever, you know, this client or the money's not coming in fast enough. And those people are not really seeing, you know, the failures. You are. So they're only seeing the victories. So they have like the best lens of all, right?
Yeah, except that's what we thrive off of, the victories though. Like the failures aren't the things that keep, anyways, for me, they're not the thing that keeps me down. Like I don't look at a failure and go, oh, I'm nothing, I'm worthless. I'm like, all right, well, let's put that over there and I'm going to go get this thing because I know I can win with that, you know?
100%. And I think that also, that's a good thing to take into account. If like you compare yourself to people on social media a lot, like, oh, look at this guy, he's traveling all the time. Or look at this girl, she has like the best skin and whatever. People don't post their failures on social media. Like they're only posting the victory. So it's hard for us sometimes as females to not compare ourselves. But really the reality is that you're not seeing the bad side of anybody's life on social media.
It's funny because I think about Facebook and I'm like, I see somebody doing something pretty cool and I'm like, what is it that they're doing? How'd they do that? I'm going to do that. And then I do that. You know, like, yeah. I don't usually go, oh, I feel so terrible that I don't look like them or don't, you know, whatever. I'm like, I want to do what they're doing. That looks pretty cool. Let's do that thing, you know?
Right.
I love social media. It's like back in the day, we had magazines, you know, like that's how we knew like how to dress or a lifestyle or whatever. Now we have, you know, Instagram and Facebook, which is so much better, I think, because it's constantly changing every day. You don't have to wait for your magazine subscription like you used to have to back in the day.
We're all the stars of our own subscription at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally different world now.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
What kind of advice would you give to like a young woman trying to make it?
The first and foremost thing I would definitely say to any female entrepreneur is get your money right first, your financial house, you know, so make sure that you're not in debt. Make sure that, you know, you start saving, especially if you're going to be entrepreneurial, because your income depends on the amount of work you do. And not even then sometimes, because I'm sure we've all been there where we work, and it's hard to see the fruits of our labor. So, definitely that. And then just I don't believe in waiting for the Prince Charming to come on his horse. You know, if you want to buy a house now, start doing it. Just do you, as if do whatever you want to do. And if the guy comes or the girl comes, whatever your preference, you know, then you go with the flow then. But for now, just do you. Continue living your life and fulfilling your dreams, not based on what ifs.
That's fantastic advice. So how would anyone find you? Give us all your social and all your ways to get your to reach you if they want to hire you.
Very easy to find. Very easy to find on social media. My Instagram name is MIA, like Miami, Luxury Broker. And my Facebook is the same. So facebook.com/MIA Luxury Broker. My email is the same, MIA Luxury Broker @gmail.com. My website, mialuxurybroker.com, and my phone number, 786-301-0737.
Awesome. We'll put that all up with your podcast and make sure that everyone can reach you and have all your information.
Awesome.
So thank you for coming on, and thank you for everyone listening to Unpause Your Life with Dr. Callie Estes and
Dr. Tara Linsell.
who is starving and thankful that we are wrapping up for food. Have a great day, guys.
Right? All right.
Hey, everyone. Thanks again for listening. I really hope you enjoyed the show today. Head on over to iTunes and Apple Podcasts and leave a comment or review of what you think. Or contact us at 1-800-706-0318. If you want to be on our show, feel free to email or call. And if you have a topic, feel free to email or call as well.
Thanks for listening to Unpause Your Life. For show notes and more, head on over to unpauseyourlife.com.
Big shout out to recoveryinnovators.com for help producing this show. Thank you, guys.
I took a walk down the long road where they said that I shouldn't go. On my way found a reason to wake up another day. But they needed to show you all the things that you won't do. Find faith or religion, but nothing to show for it. No need to escape in love with my pain. I may be weak, but I'm alive, still alive, and I won't be bound by your mistake. No, I won't be your enemy, trapped at the gate. Bring me to life, put me to death. Just give me something that's just not so hard to believe. To believe. To believe. I took a walk down the dark road where they said that I shouldn't go. I knew the dangers of flying. Now I'm so far from solid ground. But they needed to show